Hi guys! Today I want to talk about something a little bit different than usual and not discussed very much on YouTube, at least from what I've seen. And it is about culture. It's going to be a very interesting topic, and I think a lot of people stay away from that space, but I love talking about culture. I'm lucky enough to have two different cultures that I am a part of. I am proud to be Australian, as you can tell by my accent, but I'm also proud to be Vietnamese and also maintaining my heritage, my traditions, my culture, my language. When I watched Meghan and Harry's Netflix docu-series or whatever, I found it very distasteful how they could talk about other cultures as if the American culture is only the way to go, and how ignorant they were. And that pissed me off a lot, I gotta admit. They were trying to convince us how unusual British culture is, how forward facing people can be, how they're not huggers. And, Meghan's always been a hugger. And there was a hierarchy in the family, specifically Harry's family, obviously, because he's a royal. They're not a normal family, but, they have certain protocols they have to follow. And Meghan, coming from her, American culture, she's not used to all those protocols and certain etiquettes and whatnot. Of course, the British royal family be more formal. They're the royal family. What do you want them to do? Run around barefoot with ripped jeans and go around hugging every man and their dog? No, it doesn't take a genius to know that there are rules that the British royal family members have to follow. She knew this coming in, but she just wanted to go in and change everything and put her views and her opinions and her American culture into this family, and thought that maybe they'll just bend their way and change and become Americanized. No, if you don't like their culture, don't marry into the family. It's as simple as that. If you love someone enough, you'd be respectful towards their culture. You don't just talk trash about them. Look at Queen Mary. She's now the Queen of Denmark, but she was originally from Tassie, Australia. And us Aussie, we're very laid back, we're chilled, we just don't take things seriously. She was from a totally different culture from King Frederick. When she married him, became part of the royal family, she had to change her way of being. She had to learn a new language, learn her husband's customs, traditions, eat their food. And she didn't complain about it. She accepted her role because she loved him and she knew what she was getting herself into. And she loved him enough to be respectful of his culture and accepted it and adopted it and took it on board. But Meghan, being Meghan, she wants everything all about her. If she doesn't like something, she's going to change it. She's not going to bend over backwards for no one. If she's a hugger and they're not huggers, she's going to make them hug her. If not, then she's going to stomp her feet and start screaming and tell the whole world how horrible the British royal family were. You would say, it's fine because she's never grown up with it. Okay. But didn't she study international relations? Didn't she travel around the world to learn about different cultures? And didn't she find out that she was like Maltese and 43% Nigerian? And I'm sorry, but playing the dumb American girl isn't cute. It's ignorant. And Harry, all of a sudden, he's grown up with all these rules in his life and things that he's accustomed to, and out of nowhere, after Meghan, he now finds it weird to say, how do you explain to someone you have to bow to your grandma? It's weird. How do you explain to someone that there's a hierarchy in the family? So now out of nowhere, it's strange. But wait, Harry, you're royal, so didn't you travel the world and met many people from different cultures and learn about their cultures? And learn about how, hey, they have ways of greeting people too. Is that weird? Did you know that in Southeast Asian culture, they have certain ways to greet someone? There's a lot of bowing in Southeast Asian culture where I'm from, where if there's an elder there, you have to bow, or else it's considered rude. Japanese culture, they bow. In Indian culture, they'll have to touch their elders' feet. So is that weird too, Harry? Because I don't think it's weird at all. Like, if I was to explain to my partner or my friends, hey, this is the way I greet the elders in my family, I wouldn't consider it as weird. I find that a beautiful thing to have such instilled customs, and they act as if being formal is such a bad thing. It's not. Like, I'm a hugger. I'm always a hugger, says Meghan. And, British people have a forward-facing attitude and it's very formal interaction. And you know what? It's the same for other countries around the world. In Southeast Asian it's very formal when you speak to elders. You don't go around hugging people. You can't just go hug an elder. That's considered rude. And yet do you see Meghan slagging that culture off? No. Because she wants to, attack the British royal family. Other countries with different customs, and cultures, they have hierarchy too. I thought you would have known that since you're so educated, right, Harry, Meghan? Since Meghan was 43% Nigerian, she should have known about hierarchies, because in Nigerian culture, there's a lot of tribes in Nigeria. But let's just talk about Yoruba tribe. They have a hierarchy, and their elders are at the highest rank. They are respected the most. And when you greet them, there's a certain way to greet them as well. You have to either get down on the floor on your knees, or you lay down the ground to greet your elders. Is that weird too, Harry and Meghan? That's the thing. They were just going after the British royal family and the British people because they're white. Had it been any other country, they wouldn't have done it. Speaking of Nigeria, when Harry and Meghan went to Nigeria, the way Meghan dressed was completely inappropriate. She could have Googled how to dress in Nigeria and what not to wear, and you could clearly see it will easily come up. Don't wear revealing clothes, no plunging necklines, no bare shoulders, chest, legs. It's not hard. And you're 43% Nigerian, right, Meghan? So shouldn't you have known that? Why can't you Google customs and traditions and etiquette rules that you have to follow in Nigeria? The First Lady of Nigeria said in her speech after Meghan and Harry visited Nigeria, she said, "We don't accept nakedness in our country." Some of you guys may think that she's directing it at Meghan. I personally didn't think she was directing it at Meghan. Whether she did or not, I'm not going to insinuate anything, because unless she said Meghan dressed inappropriately, if she didn't say that, then I don't think she directed it at Meghan. However, regardless of whether she addressed that comment to Meghan or not, it doesn't matter, because she has voiced her opinion in the social etiquette rules and customs that are appropriate in Nigeria. And the fact that she said that, it just goes to show that Meghan did not do her research at all when it came to this visit. She could have covered it up, or maybe she knew, but she didn't care, because all she cared about showing how sexy she looked. She doesn't care about other people's rules. Since when has Meghan cared about offending anyone or disrespecting anyone? She's always trying to play this Californian dumb girl act. And now Harry is forced to participate in it because he has to follow her way of doing things. Her whole hugging everyone mantra. He's thrown out all his previous formalities, and now it's just the American way now, baby. That's pretty much him. And sometimes he can come across as very, I'm going to keep using the word ignorant. Again, Meghan and Harry, they didn't do their research, especially when Meghan did this speech. When she did a speech about, women empowerment in some forum that she was at. And she spoke about how, someone wasn't surprised that she was Nigerian because Nigerian women, they're brave, beautiful, strong. Clearly, she wanted to obviously align herself with those characteristics, in which, for me, we know she's just talking about herself. Brave, beautiful, strong. That can be applied to any other women around the world from different countries. I'm not saying Nigerian women aren't brave, beautiful, strong. I'm just saying that any women can be brave, beautiful, strong. If it was me, I would have said Nigerian women are dutiful, hardworking, family-oriented, respectful, because those are the core values that they instill in their tradition. And it's like she didn't even bother researching, because she mentioned all these more surface level characteristics like beautiful, brave, like that. How is that specific just to Nigerian women and their culture? Anyways, I think I've ranted a fair bit already, but that's all I have to say. But I really would love to know you guys' thoughts. I know this is a topic that not many people cover, because it is a bit of a touchy subject. That's pretty much it. Share your thoughts. Okay.